episode of Utah Cannabis Club. Man, it's your boy Sep.
It's your boy Gabe.
It's Anton.
It's JJ.
Javi.
Yeah. We locked in today, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What are we locked in for today, JJ? What brought us here, man?
Well, today we're going to talk about this post I came across on Instagram from Salt Lake City. They run a magazine, their main magazine about, cannabis in Utah, media/news company. But I saw this post. It was basically saying to these apartments somewhere in Salt Lake City, attention residents, blank, whatever the apartment complex is, they got it blanked out, has a zero tolerance policy for drug use on the property. This includes the use of marijuana. If you are suspected of drug use or the problem continues, we will hold inspections for this building to determine where the issue is coming from. If you are caught using any type of illegal substance on the property, it can result in immediate eviction. If you are a concerned resident, please do not hesitate to report any issues anonymously to the main office at the number. You are also encouraged to call the Mill Creek Police at the number. We would like to make all residents feel comfortable in our community. Please be sure you are monitoring your surroundings and following closely with the rules and regulations that you agreed upon move-in. Thank you, blank management. And it's just like...
So somebody got this on their door, probably.
Yeah, the whole complex did. Yeah. Everybody got it on their door, and it's just like, attention residents, here's a reminder, don't smoke, or don't use marijuana in general. It doesn't even say smoke. It just says don't use marijuana on the property because it's illegal. But it's like, we have patients here. This is a medicine. There's supposed to be a law that's supposed to protect us, and you're saying that you're just gonna kick us out of our living space?
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we gotta fight somehow against this war on drugs. This battle.
So that's where it gets a little bit unique, is if you look at the laws on a federal level, any housing that's federally owned or federally funded, they follow the construct of it still being federally illegal. So they also, a part of this apartment complex that you're speaking to, any federal owned housing is also going to have this stipulation behind it, is if they catch you with cannabis, even if you're a medical card holder, you will get evicted because it's federally illegal and it's not compliant to their funding laws. And that's ultimately what it breaks down into, is it's a funding scenario. Even if the property management promotes and would like cannabis, the legalities that go into how they get financial support and financial aid for their housing, for them to get maintenance on their buildings, for them to have consistent water, electrical, all the amenities that come with federal housing. When you sign a contract that allows you to receive federal funding, you no longer can play by state law, you play by federal law. And where federally, cannabis is still regarded as it did get reclassified, like we talked about the rescheduling, but it's not there yet.
So that might change,
it's not. But it's not there yet. We're still in the running. It's just like, it's in its final stage, and we've seen the checkered flag, right? Yeah. So that's why we showed love for the rescheduling. But where we're not there yet, unfortunately, we still have to fall under the constructs that are in place currently. And that's what we're trying to work for, is getting some kind of format for a Utah patient to have a document that they could bring into their establishment or into their shout out Sep for this great idea. Sep came up. Yeah, this is Sep.
It's a damn good idea too.
It's a damn good idea. But Sep did show a bunch of consideration to how we can advocate for ourselves. Sep, I would love for you to take over this little section.
Yeah, dude, it'd be something. So to kind of backtrack to what JJ said, there's a huge complex problem that we're facing right now. If you're a medical patient, it's really hard to use inside your house and have those stipulations that are against you. Like JJ stated, what's the whole point of the program if we can't
change the perception.
Yeah, change the perception, but safely use in our own home where we're supposed to use.
Because it's the only place you can.
It's the only place you can use.
No using public.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't go out.
I can't go out to a coffee shop. I can't go out. There's going to be people that'll stare at me. The public perception of it, the stigma, the fire hazards that my landlord might propose to me. So if there's not any form of protection that I can have, then what form of protection do I have?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, there's none. Your card is the only thing that allows you to use, and that's it.
And that's to protect you from the law, from the police, not from
living,
from somebody kicking you out.
Exactly. So what I was proposing to a lot of like the members here at UCC and for listeners at home is we could start by creating some form of a document that gives, like JJ mentioned, how'd you say that? What was the title that you said? Like a tenant protection rights?
Yeah.
Like cannabis use.
Like a residential tenant protection program.
And if you're a medical patient, let's say this is something that you could present on top of your application, so you're using in the form of vaporizing, tinctures, bombs, and this gives an insight to maybe tenants or landlords on what is to be expected versus like, oh, they're probably just smoking a storm in there. Now I have to worry about fire hazards, insurance, walls, shared unit spaces that other neighbors might think, you know what I'm saying? So as long as the landlord knows, and that's included in everyone's, hey, this might be included. We do have patients throughout our building that do use this. And it's not to say anyone has to disclose their privacy of their use, but to know that you're going to live in a shared space. Because let's be quite frank, there's a lot of other people that are using stuff inside their spaces, and we're not invading their privacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this form could allow you to have some form of protection, and hopefully the state, right, could recognize this form as something to allow. And if we want to take it on the other side, and it's like, no, we don't want to give our, information to landlords, then we have to educate the landlords.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have to educate property managers, people that are going to be expected to take on this new market that's to come. But it sucks that you have to go this route for medical cannabis, but if you're being kicked out for this thing and nothing else, everything else can fly by. Tobacco, cocaine, hair, whatever. And it's to say you can report it, but to say that almost everything flies by, but now this can be anonymously reported, that sucks. What's the whole point of the program? You know what I'm saying?
People aren't going around reporting people for taking too many Xanax.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, you also pick that up at a pharmacy.
Or Anton, even for, taking in too many cases of beer.
Yeah.
They took in 3 cases of beer into their apartment.
Yeah, like 3:30.
And then you hear like music and like banging.
Arguments. Hole in the wall.
Everything's
right?
loud.
Yeah.
It's late.
And I'm not saying you can't have that, but if you want to play the level playing field and you guys have a program that caters to medical patients, like follow it through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you've given this half, what about the other half now? Like, people recognize that, I have a condition, but what about trying to use this for my condition?
Exactly.
Like a kid that might use it, an RSO that might smell like it, a neighbor that doesn't recognize it for snitching on a 13-year-old or a mom and pa or grandma that's just using it, once or twice a week, vaporizing it, even now, like she's not going to know who reported it. Come on.
Yeah.
And now she's getting kicked out of her house.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
And we're not talking about blazing a joint in your living room.
Yeah,
we're talking
no.
about having a gummy for sleep, having a vaping just for your pain. Like,
Okay, no, it's perfectly
and always have that
It's
thought in the
dabbing.
back of your mind where it's like, well, every time I potentially
Have an
consume,
inspection,
and if we an inspection where
When you have gummies on the table and it's like, oh, what's
exactly.
Yeah,
that? Boom,
so
you're out.
I have actually been
tell
a
'em.
victim.
You know about this.
I've been a victim of this myself.
Hmm.
I don't like that word. I'm just kidding. No, but like I have experienced that.
Wow.
When I left my apartment in Salt Lake, that's how they got me. It wasn't that I was smoking inside. I was very wary of that because I don't like my house smelling a lot like smoke, especially because I had my son there.
Right.
But inspection day came. I usually hide my stuff. Everything's locked up and stuff. I left a cart on the counter, one little cart, no battery, just a little cart, and it was almost finished. And then 3 days later, we get that red letter at the door, and it's like gotta vacate in 3 days. And so I went to go talk to the office because I had my medical, like you guys are saying, we have our medical card, we have everything we need to show them the documents that I'm legally allowed to possess this and use it.
But since, like Gabe was saying,
And since I lived in a federally funded building low income housing, they had to abide by those rules, and that's exactly what they told me, you know. And it was just, for me, it was a bummer because goddamn, like, I paid money for my card. I do what I can to stay within the boundaries of our guidelines, but yet there's nothing we can do at the end of the day until it federally deschedules.
Yeah, and he touched on it too.
And it's like, that's not fair.
It's not.
How is that ever fair?
Right,
How could
right.
that ever be fair?
Especially if you are always on time with your rent, you have no complaints, you never
Exactly.
anything like that, you're courteous to everybody else, you follow the rules. For one little thing like that is absolutely absurd.
Well, let's go even further, right? It's like you've gotten a product, you have a medical card through the state, through a QMP,
Yep.
that's in your patient rights.
Or your
You're
actual
compliant.
doctor.
Your actual
Yes.
doctor.
Your
actual doctor.
You've
Someone-
followed all check boxes. You've done every single thing right, and you're still breaking some sort of law. And now, like Gabe was saying,
And you're
because
facing
it
the
was-
consequences from that.
Yeah.
So federal doesn't recognize state level things, and that's why it gets so hard and so murky, you know. So where is that protection? And I fully quite think that maybe cities can start to kind of band together and recognize, because that's where it kind of starts, you know, ordinances within cities, you know, that can kind of recognize, like, okay, we know that a cluster of our population use medical marijuana. You know, we now have to start implementing this into rents. You know, hey, I don't know what state it was that said that landlords now have to consider people that like grow or use medical marijuana, but I think it was New York. Like they had to change like their tenant laws.
Yeah, they
You know
can't.
what I
They
mean?
can't do anything
They can't
about it. You can have up to
discriminate
6
against
plants.
And that's what I'm saying. So you're going to discriminate against someone that's using something. You know what I mean? Like, where, what again is the point of the program at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? So, and if for those listeners that are out there, you know, we know different states have different tenant laws. So this is all pertaining to Utah specifically, and its laws. You know, everything is legal here to use. Dabbing, concentrates, a volcano. They sell every single device, you know, that you can use except flame to flowers.
But
So
then they don't give you a place to use it.
But
because
yeah.
if you use it at your house, you're liable to
You know
get
what I
kicked
mean?
out.
Exactly.
And so we need protection
And coffee
for
shops.
for
For smoking
residents
shops.
and people
lounges.
in their house.
Yeah.
And we also need lounges.
Lounges.
So a legal
comment if
place
you want
for
a
people
lounge,
to-
man. If you want lounges, man, comment lounge in the
Just a
comment
place
section.
where
Comment
UCC Lounge,
Comment
bro.
lounge.
The Utah Cannabis Clubhouse.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
You can travel
what I'm
to
saying?
responsibly,
The club.
partake, and travel away from responsibly.
Yo, man, I'm gonna stop by the UCC stash house real quick, man. And then you see the people in the back just hitting on some
Utah
cannabis.
Cannabis
You know
Clubhouse.
what I mean? You're just going to pick up and then
UCC House.
You know
That's
what
what we
I'm
just
saying?
call it. UCC House.
UCC House.
Utah Cannabis Clubhouse.
Yo, what's on the menu today, man? We got Blue Dream stacked up. We got some train wreck,
Oh,
man.
this
Tom's
dude said
Head,
he's
man,
serving.
you know. We got some gelato, some Tropicana. What else you want, man? Take a hit. All these concentrates are ready. Concentrate bar, dab
Some
bar.
papaya.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy.
Wait, hold up. ID?
You know
Card?
what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, here you go.
Exactly. You know, can you imagine a dab bar just rolling up to a dab? Dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah, you just pay $10 a
kick it there
dab.
for
I would
a
get
minute.
a dab bar with food too. maybe with
$10
some
a dab.
drinks.
I'd be vibing. I'd be spending
Eight on my
If
dude.
you would.
That would be sick.
Dude, I'd be spending too much money there. I would have to leave.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I've got to cut you off. You could have just
Then you'd run
I would have
out
to.
The dab
upstairs
tenders.
to the bed.
The dab
but,
tender
you
is
know,
like,
that's
that's
a good one.
You already know.
You're
dude.
done, buddy. You're done for the night.
But you see how
You're green,
you see how
dog.
the conversation though comes around when we talk about a safe space. We start to feel warm and joy. You know what I mean? That's the feeling we want people when they're at home. You shouldn't be vaporizing and then feeling stressed out and having anxiety, and now your intention for what you wanted to smoke for is now
Like,
completely
oh, my upstairs
gone.
neighbor's gonna smell it and
It's
they're gonna
wiped
turn me
out.
in and I'm not gonna have a place to live.
And now you're smoking is like you're full of just anxiousness a little bit. You know, versus just being calm in a state where you can just be like, man, I know no one's gonna care about this because I am protected.
Yeah.
I'm good. You can dance your happy back in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, tenant rights, man. I think education too. Do you guys think education for like landlords would
always
be
education.
beneficial?
Yeah.
Education's
100%.
always
That comes
They
with
have to know
that
what
comes
they're
with it, man.
They have to know what they're doing
Because
or what they're handling.
we can't just talk them into it or strong on them.
Right.
Strong on 'em,
Corner
you know
them.
what I mean? Yeah.
Except
We gotta tell them, hey, this is how it is, and you know, if imagine where you're living. Don't you want protection for drinking your alcohol, or you know, like Think about it. Think about it like that. Put yourself in their shoes, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? So we send them back to this episode, give them a little insight, a little perspective.
And when you have people that you can't allow to do that, you further push and perpetuate that stigma to go hide in their car, to go in the park, to go be like, let's go smoke somewhere, you know what I mean? Let's go outside and just, you know, to force you to hide your J, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Hide your J.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke
What the fuck
vapors.
is that, bro?
Hide your J. Hide your J. Hide your J.
No, multiple times parking
Hydro
the
J, or
car.
are you my hydroplane?
Multiple times of parking the car and having to sit in the car and smoke in there because I can't just go upstairs and do it.
And imagine if you turn on your car.
Yeah, a cop
What's
coming
that
in.
considered?
Yeah.
DUI.
And you're like, man, it's hot. I need some air conditioning, or I want to listen to some music. Cop rolls by. Hey, smells like weed in there. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like even that is
the
protected.
The whole system is still a sort of entrapment. To be honest, like it's like how are you gonna give me some food but nowhere where to put it? Like where's the plate? Where's the plate? Where's my fork? Where's my spoon?
Here's Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, here's some
Now you're
soup.
like adding outside. Now you're sitting outside just like eating, you know, like looking like a fool. You know what I mean? When you're trying to eat comfortably. You know
And so
what I'm
it's
saying?
like we need that protection.
California, they got a penthouse over there.
Yeah,
dog.
you can smoke. Yeah,
Vegas on the res.
Yeah.
I was out in Vegas. I was like, homie was standing out in the front. It was like 2 years ago. I was like turning away. He was like, yo, turn around. I was like, oh shit. Neighbors. He's like, man, who cares? We can smoke in the public. It's okay. They won't say anything. It's perfectly legal out here. And I was like, all right, man. Just standing out in the front.
It's great. Like,
You know,
Just holding it all weird.
trying to not to just, you know, why you holding it like that, man? Hold it like a weed, man. Just hold it, man.
Holding it like a tiggy.
In Vegas, you can just go out on your balcony and smoke. It doesn't matter.
It feels nice.
Just go out. Yeah.
You know.
You know, eventually, I want it to get to a point where it's like, you know, you walk down the street one day and you smell someone smoking a cigarette, and you're just like, if you have kids with you, you typically, you know, you walk fast or you walk around.
Yeah.
And it's like there's gonna be a day where it's like, sometimes you're gonna be walking through a cloud of loud, and it's like, yo,
Hold your breath.
hold your breath. And you go,
I like it, bro.
I love it.
I like seeing it.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's us.
So,
We be doing it.
let's go a little further then. If we were to educate tenants, not even tenants, like let's say landlords, and we're talking about
Property
lawyers,
management.
but now we're flipping the page to people, right? Like your neighbors and stuff. Man, if you are a neighbor and you know that somebody's using your apartment, just shut up.
Or educate
Leave them alone. Mind your own business. Because that's what the letter said, right? The letter said if you know anyone, if you see or know anyone, right? Meaning it could be above you, beside you.
Bro, they said we recommend to call the police.
See, that's what I'm saying. So if you know, I'm telling you right now, someone is using it for relief. If 99, 100% out of all times, it is for relief. Whether it's coming home to chill, to relax, to go do some type of
Like you were saying, if it's another tenant and you smell that stuff and it bothers you and you have a little kid or whatever, go talk to them. Be like, hey, can you slow down?
Yeah, like,
it's just
I had my neighbor do that to me. They came to me and were like, hey, we could taste it on the third floor. And I was like,
you can taste the torch.
thanks for coming to me.
That's like a super
Seriously.
So I got a little better, with it. I was like,
Conscious of it.
okay.
Consideration for your neighbor and stuff.
Because that's the thing with shared spaces, right? That's the thing that a landlord's probably
They
think
pay this,
about.
you know.
They think about like, oh, others are sharing the space with you, so what about them? But it's also like, yeah, but what about me? You know what I mean? What about me too? You know what I'm saying?
As a medical patient.
Exactly.
You're
So
part of
you
the
can't
shared
forget about
space.
yourself as well, you know, and when it comes to that compromise. So I think that other people, if you smell it, if you hear about it, if you know about it, just like they are minding their own business and your privacy matters, you know what I mean? Just mind your own business. You know what I'm saying? They're not in your day-to-day activities on what you do on a private matter. No one sees what you do. And quite frankly, it's just none of your business, you know? So that's just kind of the message that I want to say for others. And if it is obnoxious to you, if the smell is, you know, impermeable, welcome to the new age, you know? You're going to start smelling that more than cigarettes probably more often, you know? Because it's just a thing people are flowing to. It just comes with the times, you know. As a drug that was prohibited for a long time, people are not used to the smell. You have restaurants that are like telling people, no, you cannot, no marijuana smokers here because of the smell is so crazy when people walk in stores and stuff. Hey, you know, just beef up your air freshener in your house and
you know, in your car, and you'll be good. It
Take a
doesn't
shower,
last
homie.
long. It's not gonna stick to you. I promise you. It doesn't stick.
Take a
It's
shower
good.
after you smoke.
And this is not a knock on cigarette smokers. I got family that smokes all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about cannabis. Just mind your own business.
So the thing, look, so the thing about that too is that obviously when people have the most problem with it is when they have kids. When it is affecting your life in that sense, like in JJ's apartment, like JJ, like that lady approached JJ, like she talked to them, and it's just like just talk to them, and like you know, like I said, like that consideration comes automatically, especially for a lot of users and like even people who use recreationally. Because it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you should mind your own business,
Right.
you know? It's just like if it's not affecting you.
Right.
But if it does affect you
Communicate.
directly and your family,
Yes.
yes, like just knock on the door and be like, yo, like it's fucking loud, bro. Like,
And don't call the cops. Don't call the cops yet.
Strike up
You know?
a friendly conversation.
Yes.
A lot of us medical patients, we're usually quite friendly.
Yeah.
Not all of us, but most of us are going to be friendly. And if you tell most of us we're being loud, trust me, we're going to not be so
hey, you want some
loud.
banana bread?
Yeah.
It's not medicated.
I got some Rice Krispies.
Hello. You good? Yeah, I'm good. What's up, man? You know what I mean? But no, it's true. If it does bother you, don't call the cops just yet. Go, you know, communicate, talk to them. You know, they're always more than willing to just try to accommodate you because they understand they're sharing a living space with you.
very true. Yo, so interesting take on that note that if somebody calls the police in Utah on their neighbor, and the police come to that neighbor's apartment or house.
Don't flush your stash.
Well, look, what I was about to ask is, does that police officer have to still coordinate with federal law or state law? Because by state law, you are able to consume in your household.
Yeah, I was
And
in state law.
if you have your card, there's no reason for them to come inside. There's no reason for them
Yeah.
to say stop.
Yeah.
So
Which is why guys keep your bags and receipts in your house. all
What
the
they
time.
take?
You should be
No,
able,
they can.
You should be able to send them away.
Because they're city, they're just city, you know, they go by
There's-
city by city as well. You know what I'm saying? Different cities have different ordinances and different laws and how they like operate. So for West Valley, it might be different than, you know, another one. They might have to say, hey, you know, prove that, you know, you do have, there's cannabis in here or your medical card is just enough. Oh, sorry for bothering you. We'll let them know that you're a patient. Thank you. And that's it. I think that should be it. I hope that's it.
That should be the steps of it because they shouldn't need to come inside
because it's not like it's not like the fucking National Guard. It's coming to your door like.
The
That's a waste of tax dollars, just saying.
One of the
I'm just
things that
saying.
would get you though is if you open the door and you have a bong sitting on your coffee table, make
That's
sure you have
different.
the correct
Yeah.
your
Out of
correct
sight.
devices. Yes.
Everything out of sight.
Yeah.
Receipts, bags, just keep everything in your home. Don't dispose of things because that's the number. Even when you're driving, that's the number one thing they try to catch you on too. Is they want to make sure things are bagged up with receipts. But yeah, I would assume that there was not. You know, be like, hey, and then as a medical patient, you being smart would pull out your medical card first before you even say anything. I'm just a medical patient, you know, vaporizing or
then
a
show
bomb.
Bomb, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to say that.
But we need some protection.
Yeah.
What do we have to do to get some protection for these people in their houses, in their apartments, their places that they don't own, but they might get evicted.
Well, for
Also,
one,
back to that
form,
Yeah.
that form,
Legislator.
if it was issued by the government, by the state
So then we
government,
can send to the state to get authorized, like
Yeah,
someone
and
says
once they
state seal,
authorize it-
get like a seal of
like get a stand, yeah, the seal.
yeah, once they like approve of a type of form like that, it'll start to become.
That'd be so nice.
It'll start to become
You could
normal.
apply to an apartment and be like, not worry that people like you're not gonna get kicked out. And you're
Just like people, like they get.
They know.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's-
say no.
They get like service dog permits. You know what I mean? Service permits for their dogs, and they don't have to pay rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For their dog. That's what I did with my dog.
Yeah,
And so-
emotional support dog.
Yeah, emotional
Yeah,
support.
because I have emotional support cats.
Yeah,
But
and
they-
so I don't have to pay rent on them. So it'd be kind of similar to that, to where it's like, hey, look, I have proof. Here it is. You can't kick me out. Or the other one is, you can't charge me for my dogs.
And like that obviously takes care of most housing that is private, but if
Right,
you are
there's-
still living in
Yeah.
federally funded housing, that's when it becomes a harder issue.
If I owned an apartment complex, I would make a smokers area
Sorry,
I'm big all smokers. If I own an apartment complex, I'll make an area just for JJ. Just for JJ's area. But to be real, like I don't know if apartment complexes have that. Like a smoker's area.
No, I mean, you just have to be 25 feet away from entrance.
And if that
some
can
are
apply for
smoke-free
cannabis, you know, if that can apply for cannabis, like if that same law can apply to 25, and then you could stand on the freaking street and you're away from a school, you're away from, 25 feet from anything, you're just chilling. And the cop can't approach you, you know?
Exactly.
The school is, there's already a law for schools.
But
yeah.
but the fact that it's like flame to flower, that's like the next law. I just might want to like hammer down. If we get the flame to flower, then people can.
I'll flame the flower.
We understand smoking isn't healthy, but it's like, come on, it's convenient.
That's one of the
So is Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, motherfuckers.
That's one of the most traditional ways to consume.
It's always been my tried and true way to where I know exactly what I'm gonna get every single
You're
time
not
I
gonna
do.
die smoking weed.
And there's constant research that's still being brought about how like some strains, maybe do be happening with the looms, the expansion and stuff. You know what I mean?
So like CBD,
A lot of piney type
That
strains.
Corona 19.
Like Corona 19 strain.
Yeah. Help with the lungs.
But if you are moving into a new spot, be wary of the laws and the agreements that you do agree to sign in on. But have that, I don't know, do they have that conversation with their landlord? Do they disclose that private information?
For
you
what?
know?
And if you're,
Should they?
I would say no.
There you go.
No, like especially in this gray area
Yeah.
of a time, like I don't think you should. I would just play it safe.
Play it safe.
Just
Be considerate.
be considerate.
There you go.
Keep things out of sight.
There you go.
loud.
Keep out of sight.
Yeah, stay on top of your inspection.
Don't be running up the stairs and then dropping that eighth, when I get up the stairs. I'm
Don't be
saying.
flaunting your pharmacy bag around town.
Yeah.
Keep that card on you.
For sure. Always
Always have your card on you.
For real.
make sure it's up to date too, not expired. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Sure.
Make sure it's the right one.
Like mine.
And if,
I'll be carrying around one that's like, oh damn,
I know.
it's expired.
and if it is, go to Utah Grown. Check your Utah Grown.
Hey, shout out Utah.
Shout out
Yeah,
Utah.
doing some of the cheapest medical cards out here. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, we know you're watching.
Come on now.
But yeah, please stay safe when you guys move into new housing. Be wary, but still, have a good time. Enjoy your medicine, so you can be able to relax. For whatever you use it for. Get back to homeostasis, and for the time being, it's just it's kind of how things are.
Yeah.
It's a little tiny step forward from what we used to have to do.
Right.
Which is like completely hide.
Right.
Completely hide.
Right.
Baby
Dig
steps.
a hole.
Baby steps.
Exactly.
Meet at the park.
That's what they're doing on
Way into the mountains.
Jeez.
That's what the state's doing on purpose.
And then you still might get caught by some freaking poor stranger. That's not fire. Let's get him.
I'm dead.
Smokey the Bear.
They hear it like it's echoing through the canyons. Like,
What's Smokey the Bear's catchphrase and stuff?
don't burn down the forest.
You can prevent wildfires.
Yeah.
Only you.
Only you.
And it's like,
Which actually that provides another really strong point is that if we're able to consume in our house and in a safe space like that, we don't have to endanger the fire safety of our mountains. Because that's a big problem. That is a very big problem, especially around here in California.
teenagers going up into the canyons,
Most
smoking a
of
J to get away from everyone.
Most of the West
dropping
is
in-
on fire
dropping
right
in.
now.
Exactly. Like we all know that fire safety is really, really important here in the state. And so it's like, if we can just smoke at the pad, you gotta, although hiking and smoking is nice.
Yeah, I'm always gonna do
But
that.
always be responsible if you're gonna do that.
Yes.
Make sure that shit is out.
Pack it in, pack it out.
Yeah.
Do not
Exactly.
leave
Pack it
trash
in.
when you're
Say it
hiking.
again for the people at the back.
Pack it in, pack it out.
Pack it in, pack it in. Let me begin.
What's another saying that reminds you of packing in, packing out? Said,
The what?
fire in, fire out.
Fire out, yo.
Pack it in, pack it out. Let me Vanilla ice. No, it's not vanilla ice.
Yo.
Well, shout out to Salt Lake City again for posting that.
Raising the
Yeah,
flag on that,
yeah,
kind of like, it was like one of
awareness.
those raising awareness. It was like, it felt like pole with a light alarm. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like radar, everybody. You know what I mean? Pay attention, breaking news.
It almost
tenants
was like
report anonymously.
It was almost like
That's what it felt
we
like.
saw that and it was like, no, we have to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like instantly.
We do, because people are going through it. One in 5 people are going through it.
Well, and apartment complexes are rising. People are moving into them a lot quicker. The housing shortage in Utah is short, not enough.
All
homes are
these
being
big
built
companies
fast enough.
buying houses and renting them out.
So you see all these apartment complexes being built around us. You gotta expect medical patients to be moving in.
Right.
That's the reality. Don't ignore it. If you're a property manager, do your research, do your homework, man. You want to be really friendly to this next generation of users? Come on, man. Make it work out. You know what I'm saying? Make it work with them. They will make it work with you, for real.
Yeah, or just recognize the benefits.
Exactly.
Yeah, just recognize that it is a medicine. People do use it for their benefit and for the benefit of society.
And they need a safe place to do it, and that should be their home.
Yeah.
Which one is the safest place for you guys to consume?
Safest places.
Yeah, like what's a safe place to you? Would
My
you say
house.
an ideal place would exactly?
My mom's house.
My house. In my house.
Gabe? My home in the middle of the desert.
Oh, definitely on the mountains for sure. Like, but home is the best place.
I would say home, my grandpa's, my mom's, and camping.
Yeah, camping for sure.
Oh yeah.
With the lot
I got my silicone bone. You guys know about that.
For sure, huh? The sunset.
Oh, you took a hit out of the silicone bone.
Yep,
Experienced that.
Yeah, the silicone ball. Yeah, that was great. You did too, right?
Yeah, he did multiple times.
I did.
We were camping. But yeah, man, tenant rights, tenant laws, man. We're gonna keep trying to bring it back around the block every time we talk about it, just to keep you guys informed. We're gonna do our best to make sure that we stay up on it, because we're gonna be going through it as people that are moving and stuff. So
Fast. Yeah. So stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay
Stay safe.
Stay
safe out there.
Yeah.
Man, bro. Yeah, stay safe out there, everyone. Please.
Know your rights.
Yeah, know your rights.
Be protected. Carry your car.
And don't be scared to use your voice.
Speak up.
Exactly.
This is your home. This is your shelter. If you can have access to healthcare and you can have access to food, you can have access to shelter. You should have access to using your medicine in your shelter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's almost like a double-edged sword. It's like, do I use this now or do I suffer and sit in the house and just?
And also, what if you live way far away and you need to use your medicine now? Give us a lounge.
Right.
Give us that,
What would you call it?
Utah Cannabis Clubhouse, the UCC house.
What's called lounge, dude?
The Utah Cannabis Clinic.
Ooh, the clinic. Come get your needs now.
Your niche. Come get your itch, right?
Come get your.
I ain't going over there.
You're gonna be running that shit.
I'm the first one in line. Your order's already set the next day.
Oh yeah, that's Gabe.
He's getting clinical.
Oh man, but hopefully if it does go federal, Utah can move forward and start educating people and not be like draconian, with its laws, and take example from other states that are moving forward with tenant laws and stuff like that. So we'll keep staying posted on it, man. Utah Cannabis Club, we out here. We'll be attending what next week?
Let's run it. We're gonna have a fucking good time.
20th year anniversary, right?
20th year anniversary.
Man, it's gonna be
In Oakland,
it's gonna be big.
California.
Super excited, man.
Yeah.
And we're
One
gonna
hell of
take
a
a
party.
bunch of videos and stuff. You guys will see it all.
We're definitely gonna record an episode or two over there.
To keep you guys posted,
Yeah,
man.
give you guys as much of the experience as possible. We're
You
excited.
guys another
We're excited.
sour sep face.
Yeah. Little pucker, dude. We'll be all dabbed out too, dude. We'll be all dabbed out like crazy.
You'd be like staying face.
We'll be
Yeah,
still.
we be staying face out here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're super excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate y'all listening in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at utah.cannabis.club, on Twitter at UT Cannabis Club. pretty much fucking everywhere. Reddit, everything that's under the sun in your
Click
phone,
around,
on
you'll
your
find
laptop.
us.
We're on there. YouTube. Follow us on everything. Share it everywhere.
Let's go.
Yeah. We got.
We out here, man.